Women's Basketball Weekly Update, joined by head coach Aaron Johnston. A 1-1 week this past week, and let's hit on the two games briefly. Let's first talk about North Dakota. What an impressive start to that game it was for you, and kind of just carried it the rest of the way to a nice win over UND.
Yeah, that was a really physical game. Obviously shot a lot of free throws. North Dakota is a very aggressive team, and you have to be able to get to the free throw line and make free throws to compete with them. If you're timid or tentative, I think their aggressiveness usually takes over. But we did a nice job, I think, in handling some of their penetration and took some of that scoring away from them. We're fortunate that they missed some open shots. That was one of their probably more off shooting nights, especially from the three-point line. But we rebounded the ball well enough, and offensively we played well. We did a nice job with Peyton inside. Megan did a great job inside. Tori had a nice game, one of her better ones, kind of back from injury, and just had a good balance to the entire team. So scored 99 points, and it wasn't any one thing. I thought we played really consistently in a lot of areas.
As nice as that win was, as nice as the start was against USD or UND, it was the other side of the coin against USD. They got off to a really good start, and in that building against that team, that's a tough mountain to climb.
Yeah, we didn't play well in the first quarter, and from that point on, we were digging uphill the rest of the way. And against any good opponent, you put yourself down like that. Occasionally, you can get back and win a game like that, but it's hard to, especially I think on their home floor. And that's really how that one played out. And it wasn't any one thing. We got beat in transition early. We didn't rotate a couple of times defensively the way we need to. Offensively, we just didn't get anything going. Their defense was very good and took us maybe out of our rhythm and out of our spots where we've been really confident lately. So a lot of credit to them for how well they played. On the flip side of it, I think we can look back at that and say, oh, geez, we can play a lot better too. There were times during the game where we played well enough to be there and be in the game, but not for 40 minutes. We had a lot of young players playing down there for the first time and in those roles, and they looked like a junior and senior team that was really confident and ready to go. So, we'll have some work to do to get ready for North Dakota State coming up this week, but I still like where our team is at. That's a disappointing loss for sure, but I like where our team's at. I like what we're doing, and we'll move on.
I do want to touch on, you used the word confident a couple of times there, because as confident as you are when you play well, even though you might make mistakes here or there, you can't let the confidence dip too much because you lose one game.
Yeah, I think whether you're in the middle of a game, and I think it happened at USD where we were up and down with just our confidence and our plan. Something didn't go well once, and all of a sudden we didn't want to, go back to that, whether it's a move or an idea. We have to be a little more determined there. And the same thing applies to the course of a season. You have to be consistent. Winning isn't about just energy and emotion all the time. Winning is about every day consistently finding ways to improve, maintaining the things that you're really good at, and that'll be our approach this week. North Dakota State's been playing well. Obviously, just had a really good win against North Dakota at home in a rivalry game for them. A lot of similarities to kind of the other games we've played recently. Really physical team in North Dakota State. They're good inside, offensively and defensively. They can guard the ball. So, we'll have to improve on these things we've been talking about coming off of that tough loss.
Facing a team with a first-year head coach, different Bison team than we've seen in previous years. So there's still some things they're trying to figure out, probably makes them a little unique to prepare for.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you have a new staff and you're trying to put things together, you're going to get better and better as the year goes on. So their best basketball is going to continue to happen. And like I said, just came off of a really good win against a good North Dakota team. And so they're confident and they've played well. For us, it's really going to be how we handle some ball screens. They run a lot of pick and roll stuff, do a lot of things to get their post players inside, try and create some penetration with all of those ball screens. So that'll be important for us to defend. Then on the other side of it, they've been really good with their interior defense. And obviously that's our comfort level to be able to throw the ball inside, and they've got a real good group of post players that have been playing there for several years and understand what our strengths are, and I'm sure we'll be ready for them.
Feels like this month of January, conference game, been knocking them out. Chance to really have a few days here to process things. Only one game, and it's at home on Friday night.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of those. That'll happen this week with North Dakota State. Then we'll have that coming up in a couple of weeks with Omaha. So it kind of sets up where we can maybe tweak and add and do some things during those weeks and get ourselves ready not only for that game, but just general concepts going forward. But I really like how it plays out. It's not too much of a break. Right now we want to be playing games. We want to move forward. Our team is as healthy, I think, as we've been in a while. People have overcome some injuries now, and that should be a little bit behind us where we can try and play our best basketball. Because as you get further along, this is the halfway point of the season, in the conference season when we get down to North Dakota State. It's going to go by quick, and every game is important, every day in practice is important, and it's an exciting time of the year to try and play your very best.